Hi all, I've had to do this again because my camera battery ran out. So I promised I would do a setup video of my new work planner. So this is it, my new work planner in the color 33 brown, which is a really lovely color. I'm not sure if you can see this on the picture, but it's really nice, soft and warm brown color. So to compare it to my A6, as you can see, is quite a bit of color difference. Let me see, this is an A5, and the A5 I use at the moment mainly for work planning and stuff. Let me get that out of the way. So let me open it. At the front you have first well, all kinds of stuff for the shop. The first booklet came from my previous regular size work planner, which is of course why this is a regular sized booklet. And since this is just for ideas and doodles and things for the shop, I really didn't feel like doing it all over in an A5 version, so I just stuck the regular size version in here, which is no problem really. So as you can see, I have all kinds of things drawn in there, things I wanted to do, all kinds of designs for the logo, etc. information. This is not the only booklet I have with this, but this is the most recent one. And after that, it's followed by my, how shall I say it, time management, time tracking insert, which is something I started doing very recently, last week I think, in fact. And I started out with something that looks like this, where the idea was I do my planning on this side and my tracking on this side, and this will be one day, the next, etc. And then at the end of the week I'd have a section for notes and stuff, things that happen during the week or things I need to keep in mind. And I did that one day, and I really didn't like how that looked. So I immediately turned it into something like this with lines near the hours. So I could determine where the hours started, and then on this side, so that I made a box so that I would be consistent with my marking of the hours, because as you can see on this side, I have markings on this side, on the right, and I have markings on the left, and it's all very haphazard. And sometimes I didn't make a box, I just made a fold thing, a little bow, and well, of course it's practical and it's functional and it works, it does the job, but I just needed something that looked a little bit more, well, organized, I guess, a little cleaner. So I designed this, and then I didn't like that they were all the same length, so I changed the length over here. So adjusted that a little bit over there, and came up with this very clean looking, well, this is what it was, and this is what the design is now. So let me see, this is actually very straightforward. I end the day at 2 o'clock, or let's say 3 o'clock. Then I start the day with the night, so I can keep track of how much time I use for sleeping, which people have to sleep, right? So I haven't been doing a lot of tracking today because I've been busy. I have to keep up. So, but so far my planning has been going fairly okay. So except I had to move the workshop stuff up here and then move a little bit of the video bit over there because my camera battery died. So things like that. So that's the planning part, and then the actual the things that actually happened on this side, they seem never to really match up, but that's okay as long as I can keep track over here on the last section I've been adding it all up so that I know how much time I spend each day on work and how much time I spend sleeping, and well, the rest of the hours are just me time. Which is a thing that I really felt like I needed to do at the moment, because, well, with a home-based business, it's not like when you have a job and you go to your job and then you work there and you come home and then that's all me time. So that's really fairly structured. I have a home-based business, so a home-based business means that my work is always here with me. And I just felt the need to keep a little bit track of how much time I spent on work and how much time I spent on doing other things. So this is the back of the booklet, nothing much there. I had to take out a few pages because, well, I first made it like the first thing I showed you, and then I decided I needed to change that, so I took out the pages and added the other ones, but I didn't want to take out the ones that were already filled. So I left those and just got out the pages in the back. So stuff, not very important stuff. This is the next insert, this the insert where I keep track of photos I make in the front. These are the photos, and then I also have an overview of the entire year, so that I can keep track. Did I post something online? Yes or no? And, so far I've been good, so I've been posting something every day, which is well, almost every day, which is my goal. Let me see, and then halfway through, I think, yes, halfway through is blog ideas. So here are blog ideas, and I think I'm going to adjust this a little bit, because at first the frilly letters they seemed like fun, but actually really I prefer cleaner looking letters. So when this is fun just for a minute, but when you have to work with it continuously, at a point it starts irritating, and it starts to be irritating, and then well, I'm just going to go back to the cleaner layout. But that doesn't matter. The thing is that at the top I have room to write a topic, some keywords, if I have it scheduled, if I posted it, where it is for, who's writing it, is there a contest or a giveaway associated with it, do I have images for it, and a tiny abstract, because really with blogs and things like that, I just when I have the photos, I just post the photos and then write the story around that. That's the way I do it, and so this is just a little reminder of please keep in mind that you want to talk about this and this, etc., but not to write out the story, because that will happen online. So that's one thing, and this is my folder. Well, just in case I'd need a little paper, but actually really just because I like it. I like the look of it. I have a tiny little ruler. Oh, I have an extra bookmark thingy in there. I work on templates of blotting paper. These little thingies that I don't really use, but I think they're cute, so I'll keep them there. This is my next insert, which is a bullet journal insert, and I haven't been writing a lot in there yet, so that's okay. Another pocket, you see if you can do another pocket, because pockets are fun. As you can see, it opens up like this. Can you see that? Like that. So that's the end of the booklet. Another folder with yet another scraps of paper. Well, and of course, thanks for being lovely. That's the end of the folder, and nothing in here yet. Bit of a shame. Should really put something in there, but I'm sure it'll fill up in the course of the next few months. So that's my lovely new work planner. Really very happy with this. I made this during the workshop because when I do a workshop I really can't make something for an order. So what I tend to do is to try make something else either for me or for someone in my family, or well, maybe post something in the shop, but then as a ready-made, because as a ready-made you see what you are buying, and with an order you're buying a product and expect that product to look a certain way. And when I do a workshop I tend to focus more on the people around me in the workshop, for things. Do I need to help them? Is everything going all right, etc. And I'm not focusing so much on what I am doing. So I'm focusing on what everybody else is doing, but not on what I'm doing. And I think when I make an order, I need to really focus on what I'm making for that person. So that's why I never make something for the shop, for an order, during a workshop. But that said, that gave me just the right opportunity this time to make something for myself, because I hardly have any time to do anything for myself, and I really like that I could do that, combine that now with the workshop. I'm so happy with this. Anyway, I think I've gushed enough about my new A5 Traveler's Notebook. So I'll close it up now and try and make something of the video. So the first video that I made with my planners and journaling inserts, the flip-throughs, and maybe I can combine them, maybe not, and then I'll post several videos. Anyway, happy rest of the Sunday everybody, and hope to see you soon. Bye!